The enchanted night in the tranquil village of Elmsbrook, nestled deep within an ancient forest, the night held a special kind of magic. By day, Elmsbrook was a picturesque place, with charming cottages and bustling markets. But it was at night that the village truly came alive, illuminated by the glow of countless lanterns and the twinkle of stars in the clear, dark sky. Eliza, a young woman with a heart full of dreams, had always felt a deep connection to the night. By day, she worked in her family's bakery, kneading dough and shaping loaves with practiced hands. But as soon as the sun dipped below the horizon, she would slip away into the forest, drawn by the mystery and enchantment that the night promised. One cool autumn evening, as the first hints of twilight settled over the village, Eliza set off on her nightly wander. She followed a familiar path through the woods, the sounds of nocturnal creatures creating a soothing symphony around her. The moon hung low in the sky, casting a silvery light that danced through the branches. Eliza's destination was a small clearing, known only to a few. It was a place of serenity, where a crystal-clear pond mirrored the stars and ancient oaks stood sentinel. She loved to sit by the water's edge, letting her thoughts drift like leaves on the breeze, losing herself in the beauty of the night. On this particular evening, as Eliza reached the clearing, she was startled to find someone already there. A young man, dressed in simple clothes, was seated by the pond, his gaze fixed on the water. He turned at the sound of her approach, and Eliza saw a kindness in his eyes that immediately put her at ease. "Good evening," he said with a gentle smile. "I hope I didn't intrude on your sanctuary." Eliza shook her head, her curiosity piqued. "Not at all. This place belongs to the night, and to those who seek its peace." "I'm Eliza." "James," the young man replied. "I recently moved to Elmsbrook. I've heard tales of the enchanted nights here and wanted to experience it for myself." They fell into easy conversation, sharing stories and dreams as the night deepened around them. James spoke of his travels, of distant lands and adventures that seemed to belong to another world. Eliza found herself captivated by his words, feeling as if the night itself had brought them together. As they talked, the forest seemed to hold its breath, the usual sounds of the night fading into a hush. The air grew still, and a faint glow began to emanate from the pond. Eliza and James watched in awe as tiny lights, like fireflies, rose from the water's surface and floated into the air, casting a magical glow over the clearing. "What is this?" James whispered, his eyes wide with wonder. Eliza smiled, her heart swelling with a sense of joy and belonging. "It's the spirit of the night," she explained. "The forest's way of reminding us that there's magic in the world, if we only take the time to see it." They sat in silence, entranced by the ethereal display. The lights danced and swirled, creating patterns that seemed to tell stories of their own. Eliza felt a deep sense of connection to the night, to the forest, and to James. It was as if the very essence of the evening had woven their fates together. As the lights slowly faded and the usual sounds of the night returned, James turned to Eliza, his expression thoughtful. "Thank you for sharing this with me," he said softly. "I've traveled far and seen many wonders, but this is something truly special." Eliza nodded, her heart full. The night has a way of revealing truths we might overlook during the day. It's a time for dreams and possibilities. In the weeks that followed, Eliza and James continued to meet by the pond, their friendship growing with each enchanted night. They explored the forest together, uncovering hidden glades and secret paths, each new discovery deepening their bond. The villagers soon noticed the change in Eliza, her eyes sparkling with a new light, her laughter more frequent and joyful. One evening, as winter approached and the air grew crisp, Eliza and James sat by the pond, wrapped in warm cloaks. The first snowflakes of the season drifted down, their delicate patterns catching the moonlight. Eliza felt a sense of contentment, a knowing that she had found something precious in the heart of the forest. James took her hand, his touch warm and reassuring. "Eliza," he said, his voice filled with emotion. "These nights with you have been the most magical of my life. I never want this to end." Eliza's heart soared at his words. She squeezed his hand, her own feelings mirrored in his eyes. "Nor do I, James. The night brought us together, and I believe its magic will keep us bound." As the snow continued to fall, they made a promise to one another, a vow to cherish the nights and the magic they held. Together, they would explore the world, seeking out new adventures and always returning to the enchanted nights of Elmsbrook. The villagers spoke of Eliza and James for years to come, their story becoming part of the town's rich tapestry. They were a testament to the power of the night, a reminder that when the world grows quiet and the stars begin to shine, magic and wonder are never far behind. And so, the nights of Elmsbrook remained enchanted, each one a celebration of dreams, possibilities, and the enduring power of love.